As promised, now here is my 45 RPM record collection. So now we're going to get going with this. Now, the stuff that I have is all from different places as far as just the various artists and stuff. So now, first of all, we are going to get on with this stack of ones at a near record and comic store that I live near, that I go to a lot often. There is this big bin full of records that this guy had on consignment. But the guy, he had some pretty high prices marked on them. I mean, $3 to $5 a piece for most of them. But he had brought them in about 10 years ago. And I've been picking them up. I just started collecting again in the last 2.5 months. So he brought in the records about 10 years ago. I have been shopping there even when I used to collect records years ago, but he brought them in about 10 years ago, and he died about 4 years ago, and the guy's been wanting to get them out of his shop because they don't get very much business, and they've been there for a long time. So he's been selling them to me for $1 a piece. And yes, I know some of these don't have sleeves. I'm already ordering sleeves, so there's going to be sleeves for these in the near future. So the first one is Heartaches by the Number by Guy Mitchell, backed with 2. The Skyliners, Since I Don't Have You, backed with One Night, One Night. Ricky Nelson, My Bucket's Got a Hole in It, backed with Believe What You Say. Help Me Rhonda, backed with Kiss Me Baby by the Beach Boys. A collectibles reissue of The Lion Sleeps Tonight by the Tokens, backed with Tonight I Fell in Love. Debbie Reynolds, Tammy, backed with French Heels. A collectibles 45 of Kansas City and Listen My Darling by Wilbert Harrison. Jingle Bell Rock and The Bell That Couldn't Jingle by Bobby Holmes. The Johnny Otis Show, Willie and the Hand Jive, backed with Ring-a-Ling. Rick Nelson and the Stone Canyon Band, Garden Party, backed with So Long Mama. A Silver Spotlight series of Fats Domino, My Girl Josephine, backed with When My Dreamboat Comes Home. Bobby Darin, Mac the Knife, backed with Was There a Call for Me. Ricky Nelson, Young Emotions, and Right by My Side. Frankie Ford, Sea Cruise, backed with Roberta. Jim Lowe, The Green Door, backed with The Little Man in Chinatown. Bill Justice, Raunchy, backed with The Midnight Man. Roger Miller, Dang Me, backed with Got to Again. Glenn Yarbrough, I've Been to Town, backed with Baby the Rain Must Fall. Paul Anka, Diana, backed with Don't Gamble with Love. Jimmy Rogers, Honeycomb, and Their Hearts Were Full of Spring. And the Coasters, Yakety Yak, backed with Sing With the Strings of My Heart. I still have a whole bunch of those on hold, so they're going to be coming in like every month. I'll be bringing a whole bunch more and showing those on camera, so yeah, be prepared for those ones. Now we're going to show a bunch of garage sale, thrift store, and junk store finds, because I have this big junk store full of a big bin of 45s. Most of them are trashed, beat up. A lot of them are broken, warped, everything else. Most of them don't even play, so I don't buy most of them, but there's a few that I do buy out of there sometimes. If I see a good one, then I'll take a gamble, and if it doesn't work, then I'll just donate it to the Goodwill or something. Here is Bobby Rydell, Kissin' Time, backed with You'll Never Tame Me, which these ones I never pay more than about 25 to 50 cents a piece. These ones never cost me more than that. The Seekers, Georgie Girl, backed with When the Stars Begin to Fall. Pat Boone, I'll Be Home, and Tutti Frutti. I only like the older Pat Boone stuff. When he started getting into that metal or whatever, I didn't care for him anymore. Nat King Cole, Jet, and the Magic Tree. Then this Promenade EP it has Why Don't They Understand, whole lot of shaking going on, Only Because, Great Balls of Fire Are Just Born, and Kisses Sweeter Than Wine. The Rolling Stones, Play With Fire, backed with The Last Time. Then there's this Glenn Miller EP, It Must Be Jelly, Chip Off the Old Block, Glen Highland Special, Siphon Jive, Little Brown Jug, Farewell Blues. Then here's a Sun record. This is my favorite label of all time, and it has been for several years now. Invitation to Your Party and I Could Never Be Ashamed of You by Jerry Lee Lewis. USA for Africa, We Are the World, backed with Quincy Jones, which I'm still really mad about what he said about the Beatles. I don't care for Quincy Jones. Song in Blue by Les Paul and Mary Ford, backed with Someday Sweetheart. Now, this is the only copy that I can find of this. I'm going to get a new copy of this as soon as possible because this thing is trashed. Wake Up Little Susie and Maybe Tomorrow by the Everly Brothers. I only paid 50 cents though, so. The Monkees, I'm a Believer, backed with I'm Not Your Stepping Stone. Marty Robbins, A White Sport Coat and a Pink Carnation, backed with Grown Up Tears. Captain and Tennille, Love Will Keep Us Together, backed with Gentle Stranger. Gene Vincent, Bebopalula, backed with Woman Love. Donovan, Sunshine Superman, backed with The Trip. The Mamas and the Papas, California Dreamin', backed with Somebody Groovy. The Statler Brothers, Flowers on the Wall, backed with Billy Christian. Bobby Darin, You Know How, backed with Babyface. Sonny James, Young Love, backed with Hello Old Broken Heart. Conway Twitty, Lonely Blue Boy, and Star Strangled Heaven. That one's beat up. The Everly Brothers, Bowling Green, backed with I Don't Want to Love You. Sergeant Barry Sadler, Letter from Vietnam, and Ballad of the Green Berets. Another one of those Glenn Miller EPs. This one has My Darling, Blueberry Hill, I Can't Get Started, Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree, There'll Be Some Changes Made, and this side has Here We Go Again, Imagination, and Angel Child. The last one is Chug-a-Lug, backed with Reincarnation. Okay, so now I have those ones in there. Now here's a few more. The Association, Along Comes Mary, backed with Cherish. Ray Parker Jr., Ghostbusters, and Ghostbusters Instrumental, which that one I found at a garage sale. It's in really good condition, which I'm really surprised because that one's actually a $5 or $10 record in this condition. It's really good, with the original sleeve too. Another Glenn Miller EP. Just a bit south of North Carolina. My Devotion, Always in My Heart, Introduction to a Waltz, and Make Believe. Santana, Black Magic Woman, and Hope You're Feeling Better. Erwin Husky, Missing Persons, backed with Gone. Tennessee Ernie Ford, 16 Tons, and You Don't Have to Be a Baby to Cry. The Safaris, Wipeout, backed with Surfer Joe. This one's actually a pretty high dollar record. It's Laverne Baker, Jim Dandy, backed with Tra-La-La. That's actually probably worth $5. So yeah. Now after that, now we have a few more. These ones I picked up at a record dealer. These are really expensive ones, a lot of these. These are ones I paid $5 or $10 for each. These ones. The Archies, Melody Hill, backed with Sugar Sugar. It's the original mono mix. It's in great condition. Johnny Cash, Happy to Be With You, backed with Pickin' Time. Kenny Rogers, The Gambler, backed with Mama's Waitin'. That's only a 50-cent record, but I picked it up anyway. The Beach Boys, Good Vibrations, backed with Let's Go Away for a While. It's one I picked up from him for 50 cents. Big Girls Don't Cry, and Connie O by the Four Seasons. Another Beach Boys one. Surfer Girl and Help Me Rhonda. Or no, it's Little Deuce Coupe on the B-side. My bad. Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville, and Miss You So Badly. And this beat up one, which I don't even know why I picked that one up. It's the Ramsey Lewis Trio with Hang On Sloopy. Foghat, Slow Ride, backed with Save Your Lovin' For Me. That sounds like a dollar record too. Yeah. So there's those. Now, we're not doing the Beatles in this video. I'm doing Beatles and Elvis in separate videos because I have a whole lot of them. Now, these are some ones that I picked up on the internet on eBay and Mercari, so I'm going to show these. The Doors, Light My Fire, backed with The Crystal Ship. These are in pretty decent condition. YMCA, backed with Woman. Terry Stafford, Suspicion, backed with Judy. The Rolling Stones, Satisfaction, backed with The Under Assistant West Coast Promotion Man. Conway Twitty, It's Only Make Believe, backed with I'll Try. Roger Miller, Engine Number 9, backed with The Last Word in Lonesome's Me. Don McLean, American Pie, backed with American Pie Part 2. The Charlie Daniels Band, The Devil Went Down to Georgia, backed with Rainbow Ride. The Eagles, Pretty Maids All in a Row, backed with Hotel California. Then there's this Bill Haley extended play, Razzle Dazzle, Two Hound Dogs. Then the other side is Burn That Candle and Rock a Beatin' Boogie. Fats Domino, It's You I Love, backed with Valley of Tears. That one's pretty beat up. Rick Nelson, Teenage Idol, backed with I've Got My Eyes on You. And then Ricky Nelson, Waiting in School, backed with Stood Up. Now, one last thing I have sitting right over here is this rare Bill Haley Rockin' the Oldies picture sleeve EP. It is in super good condition. It has Is It True What They Say About Dixie, Carolina in the Morning, and then the other side is The Dipsy Doodle and Miss You. Okay, but anyway, that is all I have besides... Oh, hold on, no, there's a few things left. These things right here. Here is Jim Reeves, He'll Have to Go, and A Mansion Stands My Love. That's one I picked up from a record dealer. Then this is one, Wild Thing, and With a Girl Like You by the Trogs. Pokey LaFarge, Chilton Cookin' Time in Cheatham County, which I went to see him live several years ago. He's a pretty good artist, I like him. I bought this record at his concert. He sold a record at his concert. That was really crazy. And I got it signed by their bass player. And then a few years later, I saw them live again, and I got them all, the entire band, to sign it, including Pokey LaFarge. And I have this on Goodbye Barcelona and Blue Morning Lullaby on red vinyl, unplayed. Chilton Cookin' Time in Cheatham County, back with Pack It Up is the other one. Then I saw Waylon Jennings live at a park one time, and not Waylon Jennings, Shooter Jennings live at a park one time, and I got an autograph, and I got this record, and yeah, Shooter Jennings, I didn't actually get to meet him, but I got to meet his wife, and she gave me all the stuff. She gave me autograph, t-shirt, a record, 2 records actually. I don't know where the other one is. I lost it. So yeah, I have that. Sunday Morning Coming Down backed with Louisiana Man, Kentucky Woman. Record Store Day release from 2014 on white vinyl. Caraman, Mona Lisa, backed with Charlie Rich, Lonely Weekends. This one I got on a vacation. Both of these I got on a vacation to Memphis one time. And then Jerry Lee Lewis, Down the Line, backed with In the Mood. So that right there is all my 45 RPM records by just miscellaneous artists. Now, in a separate video, I'm going to show you all my Beatles and all my Elvis. Stay tuned.